Your favorite game? So we have the fourth game now, which is Portland Thorns versus OL Reign, the big Cascadian rivalry at Providence Park, the biggest fortress, I think, in the NWSL. And you will be interested to note that OL Reign came away with the victory 2-1. Very, very good victory given the fact that Portland Thorns won 5-0 in their previous match, and they were on this absolute roll, having won the Challenge Cup as well. And Rain were trying to figure out some kinks in their game. And yeah, look, the game started within 15 minutes. We had 3 goals, and people are wondering if it's going to end 11-10 or 15-14. We don't know what's going to happen here. But we really saw, 1,047 days the NWSL has gone on without a Megan Rapinoe goal. And we were discussing this offline as well. But Megan Rapinoe showed up, right? We've seen the Pino who does her celebration and who really riles up the crowd. If the crowd is for her or against her, doesn't matter. She is here to put on a show. She's here to have fun. And we did see her celebration after the game. She went to the Thorns fans and said, bring it on. We're here to play. We're here to win. And yeah, although we saw all the goals within the first 15 minutes, we really saw like a good rivalry and a good clash. And Thorns had 60% possession. They had 23 shots, 9 on target. So again, everything seemed to be that Thorns should be taking this. And you can of course imagine their disappointment and how the players are just, like completely crushed that they didn't make the most of this rivalry and the fact that they could have taken the edge over their rivals. But look, I think clear moments of brilliance for OL Reign. Shirley Cruz as well in the 15th minute getting the goal. Nothing like coming back from behind to get a win, right, Ramal? What was your thought on the game?
Do you have a favorite player?
Yeah, okay. My player of the match, I think I'm going to give it to, although there were goals and everything, I'm going to give it to a defender. Kristen McNabb, hell of a defender. Having Thorns come at you after everything, after every high that they've been on, to maintain sort of the lead and see the game out. I think she was one of the standard defenders for me in the Rain backline. So yeah, shout out to Kristen McNabb. I like calling her defenders when they perform well because they often go under the radar. So yeah, she was my player of the match. But over to you. Let's hear it.
It's the Cascadia rivalry, and I think as usual, there was a lot leading up to it. But I think we've kind of underwhelmed over the last couple of seasons in terms of how we matched up to the Thorns. So, and you would also seen my thoughts on, what we were supposedly going to expect given how the Thorns were playing and how we were setting up. But I think what is interesting to note is that, of course, yes, Rapino started, and I think there was enough of a sort of an experienced core that started the match, and which is why I think we saw a certain sort of mentality switch where these players kind of understood the gravity of what the whole rivalry was about. And I think when, there's a Welsh dragon that's sort of on the pitch tearing it up. You cannot falter and try and take it easy. And I think that was a difference there. I think Fishlock is definitely my pick for the game in terms of just her performance and where all she was tackling, like all over. I think there was not one spot that she didn't tackle. So, and yeah, I think that completely threw the song off in terms of how they were expected to play this match. And that was the biggest difference. I think the first, uh, I think first 5 minutes was all Thorns, in the sense that they had mostly control of it. And then, um, that goal from Christian kind of sort of put them into this mode where they just assume that they would have an easy ride. Uh, but then, two moments of genius. Uh, there was that Filipino free kick. I mean, and the interesting aspect was that both these goals came off of set pieces that actually were, because Fishlock went after the defender, you know. So it was just that sort of a performance on the team, and I think it was just a disruptive style that the Rain brought to the match that completely threw the concept. They were off with what they were trying to do with their passes. They didn't have really a lot of time on the ball. The minute they had it, especially you look at the dangerous players, Horan or Sudan. The minute one or two of these had the ball, they would immediately swarm by like two or three players from the Rain, and it made it really difficult for them to sort of make these decisions on the ball. So um, great to see again. I mean, and honestly, I'm not fanboying here just because I'm a Rain fan, but
Mm.
what this actually does, is it completely throws open the table. It makes it for such a more exciting, season ahead. And I think, importantly, what that also sort of sent out in terms of matches to the league was that the Thorns are vulnerable if you know how to play the game right, and so that was just like a fabulous performance from the Rain. And again, up and down the pitch, I think everyone just put in a real fight over there, from Badsby to all the way up to Pruitt. Pruitt was defending uh, most of the match rather than actually player attacking game.
Mm.
And so yeah, credit to the team. I think they did really well. And like I said before, I think Christoph was my pick in terms of the player of the match.